Hey geeks, do you love comics, collectibles, and TCG? Well, here at Cardboard Cave, we have the place for you. Pass by Kapitan Granuja Comics and Games and find all your favorite geeky items there. Look for them at Facebook or Instagram or call them at 787-659-7003. A store blessed by Nicole Bolas. Hey, what's up, guys? I hope you guys are having an extremely amazing night. We are back again with the podcast, and I just hope that you guys are, having a great weekend. And you know how it is, guys. So let's talk a little bit about Magic. So remember, if you guys can't see us, you can watch us at our YouTube channel. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and just go ahead. And there's going to be future content there posted. I think this messed up. I don't know why it says pod. Oh, okay, I'm the one messed up. And as well, guys, you guys can go ahead and find us at your favorite podcast format or application. Go ahead and look for us at Cardboard Cave MTG. All of these podcasts go live on the audio format every Sunday at 12 o'clock noon. So check us out like that. You guys can be up to date, and you can listen to us at any time you want. So let's go ahead and present all of our peeps, all of our hosts. And we're going to go ahead and present our director, like I mentioned all the time, that has won a gajillion Golden Globes. Here we go with Alejandro.
It's a lie. Don't lie to the people, please. It's horrible lies. Hi, everybody.
Why not? Maybe one day.
Come on. For sure, one day. But don't lie to people, though.
Hey, come on. They already know that when I say a bajillion, I don't think a bajillion.
They just mean like a million. You just mean like a million, right? Like just like a million, sort of.
And then we have that for many nights, sometimes he comes in late, sometimes he comes in too early, and always starts arguing about something about Magic. We got Senor Christopher.
Hey.
That's true.
Why do you put me here like I'm the problem starter or something? Damn.
That's true.
Well, we're our first topic. You're gonna start giving us a problem.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
I mean,
you can see it happening.
Wizards of the Coast can really put out some problematic things.
And then, either further ado, our Cube Master himself, JP.
And we have a black screen.
There you go. There we go.
There you go.
There we go. There we go. It's either my internet or my internet's just being messy right now. But anyways,
I think Liberty needs to do something about this internet, guys.
Yeah.
Want to take a podcast section to talk about Liberty too? We can bash Wizards and Liberty in the same podcast. That'd be great.
Yeah.
That podcast would be golden. Okay, let's go to topic number 1.
Yes. My favorite topic.
Amazing transition. So, guys, besides the fact that every Secret Lair has been like a new drop, and this month we'll be having the Secret Lair of Black History Month. Plus, as well, if you buy the Secret Lair, you will be supporting Black Girls Code. It's this little foundation that they show girls how to write code. And if I'm not mistaken, they show them different types of coding. Like that they can, there's not that much coders in the world. So it's a very, very, it's a very complicated job. But if you like it, go ahead. But this month will be the Black History Month. Plus, we got all the cards already spoiled. Sorry, in the art, I forgot to add. I knew I was missing a card. The guys told me which one was it. So I'm so sorry that I don't have Path of Ancestry in the list. But guys, okay, so these are the cards that have been spoiled, whatever. Percent to us. We got Teferi Hero, Dominaria, Kaya, Sol Ring, Shalai, Ponder, Cultivate, and Path of Ancestry, the land, I remember that one of the episodes we actually started saying that there
The
are going to be a
speculation.
couple of planeswalkers, the
Yeah.
speculations, and we actually got them. There
Yeah.
was the Teferi and the Kaya. Still, it's really interesting that they did Teferi again, especially Heroes of Dominaria. That's going to be his third reprint in a different alternate art. So it's really interesting that they chose that one. Even though out of most of the out of all of the Teferis, I think this one is my favorite one. You draw and untap 2 lands. Come on. And
I
then
mean,
we got Kaya, Ghost Assassin. Uh, I barely use this one, but it's very interesting. I like it. So we're gonna start with Chris because Chris wants
oh,
to bring
we,
all the.
we could end with Chris because he has a lot to say.
Oh.
He could has a lot.
Oh,
He has
okay.
a lot to say, and I feel
Sure.
like
Okay. We're gonna let Chris for the end. So
Mhm.
JP, what do you think about all of these cards? We are gonna get 7 foil. Yeah, they're foil. 7 foil Black History Month cards and themed out, and plus as well with your whenever you get whoever gets this secret layer will be supporting a cause the Black Girls Codes. So, what do you think about it? Do you like the cards? Do you have any hate on any of the cards, or I don't know? Would you
I
get
find
it?
it
Yes or no?
I find it funny that we nailed 3 of the 7 cards like completely because I remember we mentioned Teferi Hero of Dominaria, then Chris mentioned Kaya,
Mhm.
but out of nowhere Alejandro was like they're probably gonna put a very oddball card that's just gonna worth nothing like cultivate, and it's exactly what they put. Like the exact card they put
Mhm.
is the one he mentioned.
Yep.
So
I don't
I
know.
just find that funny.
I think Wizards is listening.
Yeah. They have
Do
to
you,
be.
you imagine that there's like somebody, that one person or two that are watching our podcast is a Wizard of the Coast person? Like, okay, here's another of a million podcasts that there's out there. Let's sit
It's just,
down and see what they say.
they have good
Write
ideas.
that down. Write that down.
Write that down.
Great
But yeah,
idea.
out of all the arts, I like most of them. Ponder's really like the Ponder art is just really good. I like the Path of Ancestry one, even though we don't have it for display.
Yeah.
If people hearing us and watching us and look it up, the Path of Ancestry one for Black History Month, the Blackest Magic Secret Lair, it's actually pretty nice art. It's very similar to the Cultivate one. So there's that in contrast. There's also the little argument that a lot of them are in jungles and they just couldn't choose different settings, but that's fine. I like it. I wouldn't buy it mostly not because I don't like it. It's mostly because I haven't really bought any of the secret layers, and I would only buy the ones that I really like. Like the first one I really enjoyed would have been the Bitter Blossom one, but
Mhm.
I couldn't get it at the moment, and the one that brought the Blood Ghasts. Because those are cards I just keep using over and over again, whether it's in the cube, in my commander decks. I would make modern decks with those cards. That type of effect I really enjoy. So there's nothing against this particular a secret layer. It's just my personal preferences towards cards. And other than that, everything's pretty cool. There's a little problem right somewhere around there, but I'll just leave that to Chris.
Okay, Alejandro, what do you think? Are you going to get it, or do you like the cards, the art? Give us, spill the
Um,
tea.
I mean, the art is pretty, and the card selection, like 3 of them are really good. Like the Ponder's really good because it's very flavorful and it looks very nice. The Fairy Dominaria, he's played a lot in modern, in control builds, so it's like a useful planeswalker. I wish it would have been the one that you can make it a commander because he's never gotten a foil printing, so this could
Or an
have been the
alternate art.
opportunity, or an alternate art. And it's not like the most expensive planeswalker ever. He's probably like $15, 18, $20. But it could have been a nice opportunity to give it to that Teferi particular because he's the only one who hasn't had, like JP said, alternate art or a foil printing. Kaya, well, I think that's the first Kaya, so that's probably why they printed that one instead. Um, I decided to wait. I was very critical when they first started releasing these cards because I was like, they look like they're all in Wakanda. Looks like they don't know anything else. And then the Soul Ring came out, and I'm like, so is that the character that hangs out with Black Panther throughout the whole movie? Like, are you kidding me? Like it just keeps proving my point, and like uh throughout Magic's history, there's been black characters, and not necessarily they've all been in a jungle setting, but I feel like there was no need to make 5 out of the 7 cards in jungle settings. I can understand Path of Ancestry because it's ancestry. I can
And
understand Cultivate because you're cultivating. That's where it ends for me. Like, shall I make sense? Kaya's cool. Ponders, I guess I can understand Ponder as well because you're pondering. It has to be a little bit in tune with nature, even though it's a blue thing. But whatever. Teferi, like, did it have to be in a jungle? Like, seriously? Like, it's I don't understand the reasoning behind it. It's like,
I mean, although before you do, like, didn't he
go.
spend time with his family in like Jamura? I think it is in because I
mean,
mean, in that case, it would make sense.
That's
I don't
great.
know. I,
Because
I, I
he
don't
didn't
remember.
exactly spend a lot of time in Zalfir after he like phased out his whole city.
That's great. I'm just
I-
talking about, like, there's no visual diversity, and
Hmm.
I can understand. Like, I understand that this was done by a black lead designer, and a lot of black artists poured their art and creativity into this.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, like, if we got a secret lair of Latinos, are we just gonna have a bunch of coquis and a bunch of Puerto Rican flags waving in the background, like Garrita? Like, is that all we are? You know what I mean? Like, we are beyond literally cliches, and
Yeah.
this, like, it's borderline a cliche. Like, the fact that I saw a Soul Ring, cool Soul Ring, by the way. It might be a little confusing to some people. And the Path of Ancestry too, because it features like a character. And I saw, like, ignoring all this debate, I saw some debates on Reddit that the Path of Ancestry could create some problems in gameplay because it could be considered like a Dryad issue. That Dryad, they made one
Yeah.
version that didn't look like a forest, or no, actually, that it looked too much like a forest. And then you could put it in like the part where you put the lands, and then when someone attacks, they could jump up with a Dryad, and then people get pissed off because, like, oh my god, but I didn't see there was a Dryad. So now we have an issue with the Path of Ancestry. Since it features like an actual character, it's very hard to discern that it's just a land, because usually lands are landscapey. They don't feature like characters, basically, for the most part, if
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mistaken. So the Soul Ring kind of also has that issue a little bit, but I guess it's more forgivable than the Path of Ancestry, because the Soul Ring, it is put like in another place. You can clearly see, like, okay, there's this person here. Okay, oh, it's a Soul Ring, cool. But if you put like the Path of Ancestry like down over here, you're gonna be so confused. Like, what is that kid with the ghost thing? Oh, it's a Path of Ancestry. It could create a little bit of confusion, like in like Commander games and such, because obviously it's used in Commander. I wish it would have been a little more diverse locations. Artwork's cool. It's just like, again, it borders on cliche to me, and I feel like, why? But fine, like, whatever. Maybe that was the philosophy behind it. I don't know. Like, it's cool. If I would buy it, I am debating it a little bit, because I was waiting after the Ponder and the Teferi like pumped me up, but then watching like the 2 cards be the Soul Ring and the Path of Ancestry kind of like lowered it a little bit for me. It's still like $40, so it's actually not too bad in terms of value, because the Teferi alone and probably the Ponder, as
The
time goes on, will.
The Teferi alone, if you want to get
Yeah.
the other full art, is around still
Oh, no.
$110.
I know. But exactly, that's
So
what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm saying. What, in regards to the Teferi alone and the Ponder, especially, yeah, those two basically.
Mhm.
As time goes on, though, they will become very expensive.
yeah.
And the Soul Ring, unless they keep printing Soul Rings in secret layers with different, very, very, very different styles, the Soul Ring could also become a little bit expensive because it looks so wildly different than other Soul Rings that we had before.
Mhm.
So based on those, like, it's worth the purchase. It pisses me off that there's a Cultivate. It pisses me off that there's a Path of Ancestry. They could have put a command tower. You could have put a little more valuable land there in
Yeah.
that land slot than a common land, you know. But in cultivate, you could have put three wishes. You could have put the other rampant growth, and it's still like in theme. You're kind of like rampant growing something, so
Mm-hmm.
I guess it could have worked. But why cultivate, man? Like that's 3 mana. It's inefficient. It's inefficient ramp. I don't like it.
I
But yeah, that's
mean,
it.
if your land deck is based on it, then you should run it. So at least I would run it.
KB, no, you're supposed to ramp on 2,
Oh,
not on 3.
Cultivate
Gross.
is so good. Cultivate is
But
so
it's-
good, you darn fool.
It replaces itself in your hand. It's basically drawing 2 in green, which is a thing. I'm a very controversial thing.
I used it in my elf commander, so
Well, yeah, of course.
I like it.
Good.
Of course,
Smart,
yes. If it's
smart
like
boy.
super green, but
Yes. The more
That's
mana, the better.
It takes
I mean, of
it
course,
takes
of
2
course.
cards out of the deck, 2 land cards out of the deck. That's like amazing.
basic crappy lands out of the deck.
It doesn't matter.
Pochi.
You don't. There's
Pochi.
2 more basic lands. You don't have to draw.
Nature's Lore, Rampant Grow, 3 Wishes. There was
But
another
they
one I
don't take-
forgot.
2 out of the deck.
No.
Farseek.
You can put Farseek.
Plus,
Farseek,
if,
that's
if
the
you
other one.
if
Right,
you
right,
have
right.
them, why not just run both? That's what I would do. I just
You
run all the
run- you
2s
run-
and then run the 3s as well.
No, because then in the 3s you just put the cool like chromatic lanterns and stuff. That's what you put.
There's another one that's like that lets you cycle a land to draw.
Which one?
Oh yeah.
There's an autumn something. It's like I would search for a land if you have 4 or less lands.
Right.
Or-
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can just sacrifice a land to cycle.
Right. Yeah. I
Hmm.
remember that one. Yeah.
I don't, and now I need to look that up. That sounds fun.
Yeah, it's a good one if you get it really early.
Yeah.
If you're based on lands, like lands that usually have recursion for the lands. So
Exactly.
It's
So
the
you're just
Crucible
winning.
world.
Mhm.
You're just
Either way,
winning
it's
that point.
free. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
So
Okay, Chris.
actually,
Now we're
John-
waiting
John-
for you.
John, what about you?
Ooh, John, what about
Oh,
you?
I already ordered it.
Of course you
That's,
did.
that's
literally,
enough.
literally, while I was doing the art for tonight, Carlos, he texted me like, he's like, I'm about to order the Black History Month one. Do you want one? I'm like, yes. And then he asked me because the big drop, the one that has the heavy metal and whatever,
Mhm. Yeah.
so that drop already came in. He
Cool.
sent me a picture. It's a freaking full box of small boxes. And then he's like, when are you gonna pick yours up? I'm like, I'm gonna pick it up on Monday. Then he asked me because I think in that same order, the ones that bring the birds, that
Mhm.
with Belfort Strick, the Gilded Goose, he's like, oh, do you want one? Do you want the birds one? I'm like, no, that's I didn't even remember it existed. He's like, I'm like, oh, so that was the one that brings the Gilded Goose, right? Yeah. And he's like, yeah, and I'm like, nope.
Another one.
It's like, no, I don't need that one. I just want the big drop.
Oh, that's a
And-
miracle.
Yeah, is that the thing is that the one for the birds, I felt that it was like just to reprint cards that already exist, or that they wanted to like at least lower the price a little, because Belfort Strix by that time was still around $6 to $7. So having an alternate Belfort Strix with the pretty art and foil, probably
Yeah.
that would bring people in. And it brings Birds of Paradise, Gilded Goose, and I don't remember the other ones, but Birds of Paradise. So again, you can find it cheap, but it's still a very expensive card. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
having like a premium foil, different artwork, for people, it's a thing. I didn't get it because again, it was like it didn't catch my attention.
Yeah.
I rarely like in my elf commander or mono green commanders that I've had, I've never run the Birds of Paradise. So it's like, it's I really don't feel the need to have it. But this one, I am with you guys in terms of like they went on different themes depending on the cards, but there's some of them that are repetitive. Because you see Shalai, she looks like she's when you look at Shalai, her full art, when you look at the back, you see like she's like commanding an army.
Mhm.
Kaya is in Ravnica. This Kaya looks like she's in the events of War of the Sparks.
Mhm.
Then you have um the Ponder. I still can't say that I really don't see and feel that it's like having that forest theme or jungle theme, because when you see up at the back, you can, it can look like a tree, it could be another rock, it could be like a mountain. So for me, it looks more like something more, when you know that African cultures, they have like certain uh how do you say it? It's not religion, but you guys understand, like some cultures believe like in some supernatural things and like gods and whatnot. So probably it's based on of that. Like let's put it this way. Damn it, I forgot the name of the place, but whatever. um but yeah, like it has that feel and vibe of like that part of African culture that they believe like in magic and shaman stuff, voodoo and whatnot. So it brings that vibe because of the when you see the elderly one, she looks like she's been through a lot of generations, and she's like passing that to probably the daughter or granddaughter. So
Mm.
again, then you have the Soul Ring, the Teferi, and the Cultivate, and the Path of Ancestry, and then there's where you see like the theme going ahead. I haven't read enough to know about Teferi's backstory, but probably is that probably they wanted to like show off Teferi's family. Uh, but again, I think that the Soul Ring slot and the Path of Ancestry slot could have been for better cards, and the Cultivate could have been changed as well to a better ramp green card that's less cost. The Soul Ring, I'm with Orengo here. Like we have we don't have that much premium alternate art Soul Rings that this could be. Secret Lair can use this as a pro to have maintain that price range in the 30s to $40 for premium Soul Rings if the people want it, because obviously not a lot of people are going to waste $300 for the Kaladesh Soul Ring, the
Yeah.
masterpiece. So
Yeah. Yeah.
having these accessible is really good. So Chris, let's see what you want to say. Everybody's waiting for your rant, and I'm going to put you in full screen because I need to see this.
Ooh.
Something real
Go.
quick.
All right.
That cultivate could have been like something like exploration, which is
Oh God,
Oh,
yes.
21
Thank you.
bucks. It fits perfectly in the themes they're already going for. Like, it was perfect. It was actually pretty damn strong card.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's a good
mm-hmm.
one.
Hey, Chris, the floor is yours.
Man,
Mm.
where do I start? I mean, well, similar to when they made the Warhammer announcement. So this is kind of a bit of a spoiler of the next topic, but when they announced the Secret Lair, I'm like, oh, I want it. When they put out the spoilers for it, I'm like, oh, I want it. But once they actually finished the spoilers, I'm like, oh, I'm not sure if I want it. Why? Man, I think that like one of the things that like the things we were talking about earlier is like, oh, there's like two things we're like hoping for here. First, that we don't get tokens as our last two cards, and that didn't happen. I was really happy about that. Like the fact that they announced that they put actual cards in the last two slots to me was like, ah, yay! I can celebrate. Wizards didn't fuck it up again, but then I just kind of sat down and I just realized, wait, okay, we're getting another Soul Ring, another Soul Ring. Like I don't know. I feel like we've just had too many Soul Rings in a short period of time. Um, I just have a problem with Wizards keeping printing Soul Ring. They've printed Soul Ring and everything. They printed Soul Ring in every single one of their Commander products. I'm not sure if Commander Legends had a Soul Ring, but I probably pulled one and didn't notice if it was in there. Because I'm literally covered in Soul Rings. Like when I sold my lot of Soul Rings, there were like 7 Soul Rings in it because I bought a bunch of Commander products. I don't know. I'm just tired of getting more and more Soul Ring as like a premium item. Like I get it. It's fantastic. They use it everywhere. But stop, Wizards. Please give Soul Ring a break. I don't know, man. Print something that you just haven't printed in there. I don't know. Just something.
Mana Crypt.
Mana Vault.
Mana
Yes,
Vault.
Mana Vault. Yes, actually, Mana Vault. Oh man, I just like brought me like some good warm feelings. I love Mana Vault. It's ridiculously fun. But the other thing, the Cultivate. At the beginning, I was very happy to see Cultivate because I don't know, I like Cultivate. It's like it was like that one of those like first ramp cards that I like discovered existed, and I'm like, oh my god, it takes 2 cards out of your deck, and I still like that. I'm still a fan of that whole thing, but seeing that we got it's like getting 3 mech cards in a row. You get Cultivate, Soul Ring, and Path of Ancestry. I just don't have a lot to say in that regard. The Wizards just kind of like it'll just like give you a really good like thing, and you're like, oh, there's a Teferi and a Kaya. There's 2 good planeswalkers in a secret lair, and then they put 3, well, honestly, trash cards in there. Like, who the heck uses Path of Ancestry? I haven't really seen a lot of decks running Path of Ancestry, even like tribal decks. They just rather run something that makes their deck go brr instead of like a land that kind of does a thing. You know?
What the heck did you just do?
What? Brr, yeah. BRRR, yes. Do I gotta like
make the deck go brr.
yeah. make the deck go brr. Just artifacts go brr. Everything goes brr. But then like you have tribal decks, and Wizards is like, I mean, they already go brr, so let's just like put something that doesn't make it look as nice anymore and put a Path of Ancestry in there. It's just I just have a serious pet peeve of those 3 cards right now. Again, I was happy with Cultivate at the beginning, but now I just look at it and knowing that I still have to like get Soul Ring and get Path of Ancestry to enjoy all of the fantastic things that this Secret Lair has to offer, well, just really kills the Secret Lair boner very quickly.
I feel like it's mostly just the expectation. So they left Soul Ring and Path of Ancestry for last, and then they just revealed them, and you're like, oh, that's what's last. If they would have left, like, show Soul Ring first, so everyone's just disappointed already, and leave the Ponder and Teferi for last. Then you just show Ponder and Teferi, and it was like, whoa, that looks amazing. And they just the hype would
they literally could have left like any of those 2 cards, either the Teferi or the Ponder, for last. They didn't even have to put both, just one of the 2 for last, along with either the Soul Ring or the Path of Ancestry, and I probably would have kept up the hype on like myself and would have been like, yes, buy this product. If I was going to recommend to anyone to buy this product, if someone's just getting into Magic, this is honestly a pretty nice starter pack for someone that's like, you know, doesn't know what to play and is kind of going for like 5-color Golos whatever, like I did when I kind of got into Commander. I decided to go for a 5-color deck, which was the Scion of the Ur Dragon deck. Like, ridiculous place to start, like, all things considered. But at the same time, you know, if someone is just kind of getting into Magic and you've seen other people play and you're just like, oh, I want to get into Commander and I want to build something ridiculous like a 4 or 5-color deck, I think this is like a great buy. It's literally only just because there's like, you know, Teferi. And Ponder is an amazing card, but, you know, Teferi is really where like all the value is at. We've established that like before, like more than a million times, I guess. I don't know. It's really difficult to kind of try, like, I think that the problem with this, like JP mentioned, is like Wizards' approach on the marketing area and like the order that they revealed the cards. And it's, I don't know, it's really hard for me to like still be hyped about the Secret Lair because of the order in which they did things. I guess that in the grand scheme of things, Wizards, like, this might not affect Wizards as much in terms of sales or anything, but I do really think that their sales numbers could have been better. if they kept up the hype by just changing the order in which they announced the cards. I'm not saying that it would have been like, oh, hundreds of millions of dollars difference. No, it's just that, I don't know, it would have been better. They would have, at least with me, they would have had another customer. And I know that there's a lot of people out there that feel the same way. I did see some stuff, like some people talking about that in like a few like Reddit forums and stuff, and not Reddit forums. What are they called? I forget. I'm old. I'm an old man.
Reddit forums, yeah, Reddit forums.
We'll call it Reddit forums. And, you know, some Magic pages that were kind of talking about that same thing. You know, they were like really hyped about the Secret Lair, but then they like revealed the Soul Ring at the end and the Path of Ancestry. I don't know. To me, it's not that they're useless. It's just that, I don't know, they could have literally put anything else in there and it probably would have been better.
I'm going to say, like, in comparison to other secret lairs that have to do with like an event, like the Women's Day March or the Extra Life one, this one is still disappointing, no matter which order they would have announced the cards, because the Women's Day one was like 5 really great female commanders. Maybe 1 or 2 were kind of like a little iffy, but 3 of them were really freaking good. Then you get to the Extra Life, and the Extra Life has Teferi's Protection foil. So you're good to go forever.
Which they totally should have put in here instead.
Of course they should have put it in here again. Why are they afraid of just printing Teferi's Protection?
Why are they
afraid?
Why is Wizards afraid of doing anything good?
I know. And then, you know, like Extra Life had Teferi's Protection, Collected Company, Amulet of Vigor, and Consecrated Sphinx. So Sphinx is a great blue card. Like it was value. It was really good value for what it was. And then you get to this one and it's like it starts off kind of sketchy, then you have 2 planeswalkers, so you're kind of hyped, and then it ends up kind of crappy again. And you're like, it's like they know, of course they know, but it's where they cap off and they realize they can't go overboard. So for example, when they did the drop a few weeks ago, you know, they're like, okay, we're going to, you know, do the Titans, but we're not going to put them all in one box because that would be insanity. We got to split them up, and we got to split them up in a way where the value is divided pretty evenly, you know, in quote unquote. And then you have, for example, maybe even the Extra Life one where, you know, Teferi's Protection is like the money card. But then, you know, you have Amulet of Vigor, which is maybe $10. Collected Company is like the cheapest one, if I believe. And then Consecrated Sphinx, I think it was 30, but then it dropped dramatically because of the Secret Lair. And, you know, these things tend to lower the price, obviously. But we're already starting from a pretty medium bar with this one. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Like, and I think it's because they were like, well, we put the Fairy Hero Dominaria. We can't go overboard here. We gotta like chill. We gotta chill. Okay. So we gotta put some cultivates in here, some shitty common lands, you know, like let's not go crazy. I will say it is annoying that Soul Ring keeps getting reprinted. I will say it is annoying when they put it in premium products. I am still fine that they put it in Commander decks because even though it's overly printed, it's still always like a $4 or $5 card. No matter what, it's insanity. It's always for that price. But I will agree with you, Chris. It's getting to the point that it's cool to customize with the Soul Ring. It's cool. I get it. I understand the idea. But then just do that in the Commander deck. Don't do it in a premium product as you're suggesting, because it's still a Soul Ring. Even the foil ones, like it's pretty hard to be more than 20, maybe $30. That's pushing it, you know. So
okay, look at this. Like that we can give them good prices.
Okay.
So if
there
you want
the
collector
for like around $1.29, like if you want to go like cheapo.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, there are Soul Rings that, depending on the set, it's $2.82.
Oh, look at that! It went up.
But again, this is like medium price, so you can find them like for $1.50.
Yes.
But again, here's where the premium section comes in when you want to like spice up your commander.
Yeah.
The collector's edition one that is not legal in tournaments is at $120.
Okay.
The international that is the same art, it's at $150.
Okay.
The Judge promo that brings the silver boarding, but still the original artwork. It's at 335.
Oh, it went up. Okay.
The From the Vault relics, it's at 38, 35.
Yeah.
The limited edition beta is at 43.
No, but it's. I mean, come on, it's beta.
Yeah.
It's gonna be super. Oh, John, you're lagging
And
a little
like I
bit.
mentioned, like I mentioned before,
Hold on.
but this
Give
the
it a second,
interesting
John.
part. That
Okay.
that is the beta one is at 483.
No, of
The
course. Yeah.
Kaladesh invention, $786.
Yeah. No. All the Kaladesh inventions went up insanely high. I
And
think the most
then
expensive one is the Mana Crypt.
Wait a second. Why is the Alpha Soul Ring at 70 cents but out of stock? What?
It's out of stock, so that's why they can't fix the price.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
If
That
someone
explains
sold
that.
one, then it probably would be super
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
usually how it goes.
Now I was just like, what the heck? I've just never
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
that happen before, so I was
No.
very
That's,
confused.
yeah.
and then
That's
out
good.
of all of them, that they're around $2-3 depending again the
Yeah.
set.
Mhm.
The most expensive one, non-foil, is the variant one for Commander Legends that is going for $8.
Oh yeah,
So
the
make it
extended art.
like $7 depending on the vendor. If you want it foil, then it's like $30.
Maybe
So,
that's why. Maybe that's why they keep printing the Soul Ring. Maybe they see these prices in the secondary market. People like to bling out their Soul Ring. Maybe that's it. Maybe
I don't
maybe
know.
people like
They're
doing that. I feel
they're
like it. I feel like it's stupid. I agree with you because
Yeah.
it's a stupid Soul Ring. Like if you're going for efficiency and you're going for like cheap value, it's a stupid $2 card. You shouldn't put it in a stupid premium product. No matter,
Mhm.
even though it has a different artwork, that's cool. Just put that artwork in one of my Commander precons, and then
Yeah.
put one for when they do the Strixhaven one. That'd be cool if they do like the one where they do like the emblem for everyone inside
Yeah.
of the Soul Ring. That'd be a cool idea. I know they're not going to freaking do it because that will require hiring artists and paying them, and Wizards
Yeah.
they don't need to do that. You're going to buy their stupid product anyway, so why bother? But they would be a cool idea, and then you have a unique Soul Ring that wouldn't cost you like $1,000
Yeah.
freaking dollars. But,
That
I
is
would also-
completely true.
I also think that it would have been like a cool thing to just kind of keep doing like Commander precons, but maybe just like add some themes to them. Can like I don't know. It's like in a utopic setting. Like I can see in my head just seeing like a Black History Month Commander deck instead.
Sure.
Something that just I don't know. I just feel like I still have a problem with secret layers in general. I think I still see them as like an attempt of Wizards basically creating just like a
Is that
like just
if
selling
you-
singles basically. But
yeah,
it's also not.
but when you think about it, they tried spell books, they tried From the Vault,
yeah.
and from on their eyes, there was another premium product that was like that. The dual decks, the cards on the front always were alternate art.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
you have these products that, when you think about it, maybe in our eyes, they're amazing products and whatever. Even though From the Vault's foiling is awful, but
Yeah, no,
you had these
I still
three
think From
products.
the Vault is kind of a product, but
yeah, but still, you got these three products that probably in the business perspective for them, they were like, well, we're not making money out of this, and then
Mhm.
they have been making money with Secret Layer because again, it's a product that if you don't buy it on the drop, you have to suffer in the secondary market
Yep.
because it's like one of our friends that we saw today with Chris. He told us that he wanted to buy the Secret Layer for the cat one, and told us that the sealed product is like around $80, and we all know that those cats in singles, they're not worth $80,
not remotely.
not even foil.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's really interesting that that this product is the one that is like having people constantly every month like have an eye to what's coming up next.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
guys, let's go to the next topic of tonight. Let's go ahead. Boop.
Transition.
Transition.
Transition. So this past week we had a big announcement from Wizard of the Coast that they are going to make a big ass crossover, and not only a big ass crossover, they called it Universe Beyond. So it's going to be cards that are going to be partnered with different types of like branding. It could be future Harry Potter's not set, but whatever the heck they're trying to do. So for now, we have confirmed that is going to be Warhammer 40K and Lord of the Rings. So Warhammer 40K, they're going to be, I guess, probably 5 commanders, because there's like a lot of tribes in Warhammer, especially in 40K and in Sigmar and all of the lore that there involves Warhammer. So I don't know what's going to go on, but hey, they mentioned it, and I think if we say this, guys, we actually said in I think was in the episode that we were talking about the Walking Dead one.
Mhm.
I think it was one of the first ones that we were talking about Secret Lair, if it was a bust or not. We did mention that we are seeing a lot of collaborations for the standard sets. We got Godzilla, we got what was the other one? There was another one.
For the standard set. Yeah, that was the only one.
That was the only one. Okay, so we got Godzilla. We only got Godzilla.
I mean, the other one that can be referenced is The Walking Dead, but that was the Secret Lair.
Yeah, the Secret Lair of The Walking Dead. So we have 2 collaborations, and then there's rumors that probably, maybe not. This is just me speculating, and all of us, because we mentioned it a lot of time. Probably Harry Potter will be in Strixhaven. Probably not.
I still
but
say
hey,
it won't, but
yeah, but it's still a speculation. Maybe we'll get it right, maybe not. So we got the Teferi right and the Kaya. Come on, give us a chance, Chris.
It's true.
So, guys, let's start with JP. No, JP's last. He wanted to talk a lot about this. So let's start with Alejandro. Let me put up the art like that. Everybody can have look at that. They're fake cards just in case.
Yeah, they're super fake cards.
Yeah.
But
So.
that's cool.
So this is what Magic the Gathering wants to do. It's called Universe Beyond. So they're gonna do these collaborations with other like branded products or lore, and not apparently, but we saw this already coming, because when The Walking Dead came out, they said, these characters are part of the Magic the Gathering universe, and it makes sense because when you see Magic the Gathering lore, we're planeswalking is going to different dimensions, different universes, different places and worlds. So it kind of makes sense in their eyes. But sure, let's put Negan versus Nicol Bolas to see who wins. But Orengo, what you think? Are you excited about this Warhammer 40K Commanders? Lord of the Rings, I have no idea what they're going to do with that. Probably a set, or again, more Commander products. I don't know. What do you think about this? Are you excited, or are you in the cleaning that this is a horrible idea?
It's weird. I mean, I could buy D&D, and I could buy sort of the Godzilla one, because the way they presented it to you was like an alternate art thing,
and because of the set was like the
sure. Yeah, but they did clearly construct the planes and the set around Godzilla, so it was easier to digest than if it was just randomly inserted, like if it didn't fit properly. That's why it could be easily digestible if they make a Harry Potter thing, only because the plane seems to be created to serve the Harry Potter lore and world. It's so weird. Like what's weird is making them actual canonical characters and cards in the world of Magic the Gathering. That's the weird part. I accepted the Godzilla ones because it was alternate art, so it's still the original card is underneath. But then if you want to have like a cool Godzilla version of your crappy card, then you can have a cool Godzilla version of your crappy card. But now having like official, they keep doing this, having an official like Gandalf being an actual planeswalker or like an actual wizard that hangs out with I don't know, Teferi or whatever. It's weird. It's weird. This is not magic as Garfield intended. This is bizarre. I don't know. Like I don't know if I'm being a purist. I don't. It's
Now you
really,
said it. Now they're gonna invent a Garfield set just because you said it.
I mean, they made fun of Garfield already a couple times. It's weird. I know people will like it. Like there's a lot of people that like Warhammer. I think there's probably a fan base that really likes. I know like a friend,
Oh,
Bob. Bob really likes Warhammer. So he's probably gonna buy it, especially since it's commander decks. So he's probably gonna buy them even more so because of that. I don't mind that they are commander products. That it's more like I said, I can digest that better than if it was like a premium product that no one has access to. Like my concern always was having these cards not be accessible to everyone. And I read the article of the MTG Universe Beyond, and they did explain and they clarified that anything regarding these type of crossovers, it would be available and wherever you can buy Magic products. So I applaud them for that. Because they realized that the backlash would be very severe, even though the reason why they're doing this, because they saw that out of all the secret layers, the Walking Dead one like outsold them all like by a lot. Like they made a shit ton of money with the Walking Dead one specifically. So that's why they keep doing these crossovers, because they know they have a hit in their hands. And it is because we like our Magic community, but our Magic community is very small. And I'm pretty sure a lot of collectors, people who don't even like care about Magic at all, probably saw the product of the Secret Lair and bought one or bought a couple because it's Walking Dead. So they tapped into a market and they tapped into a fan base that they didn't have access to. Now imagine the same thing with Lord of the Rings. Now imagine the same thing with the Warhammer, where they might just buy these commander decks, never play Magic in their lives, but they bought the product and it went beyond the core group of Magic the Gathering players. So they know they have a hit when they do the crossovers. They know this, they realize this. But at least they're trying to appease the core Magic base by not pissing them off and telling them, look, don't worry, we're not making them Secret Lair style products. We're gonna make them accessible for literally everyone. And if that's the case, that's cool. I do still wish it was done in the way that they did it with Godzilla, where it's like an alternate art thing and you still have access to the original one, which is within the lore of Magic. And this is me talking about lore, something I don't care about. Because I don't care about lore, but it's just weird. It's just weird having these crossovers in this universe that's been created for 25 plus years. And it's been invaded because of greed. And it's being this like, you don't see this happening in Pokemon. You don't see this happening in Yu-Gi-Oh! For better or worse. Like they did dabble with the whole crossover thing with like, Transformers and with My Little Pony, but those things are uncards. They're silver bordered. They're not like in the canon. They're not in the lore. But they kept egging on. They kept trying ideas to see what would fit. They saw that the Transformer cards were a hit. They saw that the My Little Pony cards were sort of a hit. And then they're like, what if we make them, actually playable? And then they dabble with the Godzilla ones, but then they push too hard with the Walking Dead ones. So now they're taking one step back. Because, most of the community, if I'm not mistaken, their concern was not that these cards were part of canon in the lore. Their concern was that it wasn't accessible. So since they realized that that was the problem, they only took half a step. I wish they would have taken more of a full step backwards and make it more like the Godzilla ones. But, sounds cool. I don't care about Warhammer because I never played it in my life. I don't like the Lord of the Rings movies. I've made this clear before, so I don't like.
You don't?
I mean, I really don't like Lord of the Rings movies. So
dare.
it's 3 movies of people walking. And it's boring. Boring as sin. And it's like I might collect the Lord of the Rings ones because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be really cool, powerful wizards. Like I'm aware of that. They're probably pretty cool, powerful warriors and soldiers and orcs and all that. But the Warhammer one, I mean, I'll probably buy them because they're gonna be commander decks. But I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, Warhammer, that's so cool because I know the clan of the something. Right? There's clans to this, I think.
Tribes, yeah.
Right. Yeah, there's clans.
There's a
So
bunch of
yeah.
species and
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go. When they make something cool, like when they put the Joker as a planeswalker, maybe you'll convince me to buy that one. I guess. Sure. I mean, whatever. At this point, like if this is what you're gonna do, like, fine. But I think it's a little too ridiculous. It's too
I don't know.
much.
That sounds like the voice of
Okay.
surrender to me. Hello,
No.
Hey
It's
there, buddy.
I still don't like the way they're approaching it. Like, I there's no
They're-
need
they're-
to, because there's
they're
literally
gonna
no
use
need to do this too. Because
Yeah,
the Godzilla ones were a super success, and they're not canonical. Godzilla's not in Ikoria for real. Like, at the end they just said, like, it just
Should
still
be, though,
it
to
was
be
still
honest.
sold back gangbusters. So they know what people care about is not that it's canonical. It's just that you have a stupid Magic the Gathering card that's a Godzilla card. That's what people
Yep.
mostly care about. But making them canonical is the weird part to me, because they had their
isn't the thing like Universe Beyond per se, like everything that's in Universe Beyond is like not exactly full on part of Magic lore, like part of the Magic story.
I'd have to check
not too
that.
sure about that one, but they are making a distinction that this is MTG Universe Beyond. So I'm not.
I mean, I guess, but there's still gonna be black border cards that you can use in
yeah,
Legacy.
but
That's the weird part to me. That's the weird part.
Mm.
It's the weird part, having a Gandalf the White used in Modern. And you're casting Gandalf the White with my white mana.
At least they're not going to be legal in like standard. That's like a nice thing.
Who
no?
cares about Standard, Chris? No one cares.
I mean, it's the
Please,
only thing
sir.
people are playing, sadly, because everyone's just playing Arena because they
Yeah,
can't
I
go to
guess so.
tournaments.
Sure, I guess. Yeah, I know. And obviously Arena has been like a mega hit. That's why they keep pushing
Yep.
so many standard products and so many like stuff for standard. So
Mhm.
yeah. Okay, I'm done. I'm done with my rant. I'm sorry.
Okay, so Mecha Geek says hello all.
Hi.
Hello, Mecha Geek.
Mecha
right.
what?
Mecha
Go
Geek.
Geek,
There's
'cause
one
he
E.
says geek, but there's only one
okay,
E.
Mecha
So
There's
Geek.
one
Geek.
E.
I saw- I think probably it's a typo, because I know the person, that's Howard. So
okay.
his logo is Mecha Geek, if I'm not
Nah,
mistaken.
he's gonna be called
Oh.
Mecha Geek now. He is part of the No Man's Sky universe now. He's a
I
Geek.
like it.
Over.
I like it. Yeah, I approve of this.
what about you, Chris? Do you have something to say about
Chris,
this before
what,
I just?
I
Go
mean,
nuts, Chris.
what do you think about this?
As usual, I am the Wizards whore in the group, and same thing I said earlier. I want it now. Before the spoiler starts, and I realize that there's only like 3 cool cards, and the rest is just a Soul Ring and a bunch of other stuff we don't need. Again, I only recently started getting into the whole Warhammer thing, because I was always interested in Warhammer. But I only recently started getting into it because I, bought some PC games that have that are directly related to Warhammer. It's like Total War, Warhammer, and Vermintide, and I was having fun with those. So I'm kind of excited about this product. Not kind of. I'm actually really excited about this product because I liked a lot of the stuff that I saw when I was playing both games. And I was like, oh, well, I started reading up on like a few things, and I was like, I can integrate this into my D&D, and now we have Magic cards about it, and it makes me happy. I like the fact that we're getting Lord of the Rings in there. It's like we have. I feel like in a lot of ways, Lord of the Rings is basically like one of the cornerstones of what Dungeons and Dragons is. Everyone wants to like when someone writes a D&D story, they want their story to basically be the next Lord of the Rings in a way, I guess you can say. And I don't know, it's really nice to have them both and like integrated into Magic the Gathering, both Lord of the Rings and Dungeons and Dragons. I've always thought of Magic as just Dungeons and Dragons, the card game. So this is great to me. I enjoy this. I do like the fact that we're not getting a Secret Lair product, and instead, at least with the Warhammer set, I'm not too sure about the Lord of the Rings set. But I'm glad that at least instead of getting another Secret Lair product, we are actually getting a full-on Commander deck based on Warhammer, and I love that. But again, I'm just really, really hoping that we don't just get like one or two cool like Warhammer themed cards, and then the rest is just like useless fodder. Not, I wouldn't say useless, but just a bunch of commons, uncommons, and stuff that we've already had printed before. Because then what's the point? I guess at that point, if you're just going to do that, I rather have a Secret Lair product. I guess I don't know. I still don't feel comfortable saying those words.
Slippery slope.
Yeah,
Slippery
exactly.
slope.
Don't say
That's my
that,
point.
then they're gonna change
That's
their
exactly-
ways.
Yeah, they're gonna change
That's
your ways.
exactly my point. Like part of me is just kind of saying, if you're gonna just print a bunch of useless cards in a product, just give me a Secret Lair. But then another part of me is like, I'm not even a huge fan of Secret Lair products in the first place, and I kind of would love the whole like bring commander products like they used to be in a certain way back. I don't know. I'm kind of like on a really like. I guess I'm just going to wait until the spoilers come around and we actually get like a good look at what exactly it is we're looking at, for me to give like a definitive like, oh, this is good, this is bad, you know?
Yeah. So JP,
So
the floor is yours. I'm not even gonna ask you a question. Just go full on.
So I just find it kind of interesting that they're attaching themselves, like Magic the Gathering and Wizards of the Coast is attaching themselves to Warhammer 40k universe and what their lore stands for. Because there's a lot of like maybe not, it's not direct. Like there is xenophobia in the lores of the world and everything that has to deal. I mean, it's people keep attacking the empire, and they have to defend themselves. And there's some kind of contrast in there. It's very violent, and when you compare this to the recent stories, how Wizards of the Coast has been shying away from what used to be Magic the Gathering lore. Like Urza committed genocide. Like Yawgmoth just using sinew and flesh and like sleeper agents creating wars through time. Like it's pretty damn violent. And then they started lowering themselves and shying away from that. Like I guess Phyrexia is the closest thing because it's all the corruption. But the Gatewatch in general is just like the Avengers unite, but everything is just about friendship and closeness, and they together destroy the thing, the evil guy, which is in this case was Nicol Bolas. So it was very kind of awkward or different that they're attaching themselves to something that is very different to what they're going for now. This is just a little point of view there. I don't know how to feel about the commander decks, mostly because I still not sure how the universe beyond thing is going to be working. If it's just how I said, it's just going to be like separate from the thing, from the normal Magic the Gathering lore. Like it's just, oh, this is a product that is going to be taking collaborations and making actual Magic the Gathering cards, but they are separate from what is actual Magic the Gathering in terms of lore. Then I am actually fine with that, to an extent. I just kind of wish they did the Godzilla treatment. I think it will be way healthier for the game, mostly because they don't need all these collaborations. These collaborations are all just basically because of greed and money, and it makes sense. Like in a business standpoint, it makes sense. You gain other collectors, start grabbing audiences from the other franchises you're borrowing from, and they could get into Magic the Gathering. Like, or collectors from those other franchises could just buy Magic the Gathering product, and then now your sales are boosted up. So it makes sense. But Magic the Gathering has so many IPs and so many planes, so many lore things. They could just keep on adding that haven't been added. Like I don't remember. I'm pretty sure we've never just been to Chandalar, and Chandalar has been mentioned a billion times through the lore and through the cards. There's several cards that reference it, and we haven't really been there. That's just an entire plane we could just go Why couldn't this product just be like, oh yeah, this is we're never gonna do a set on Chandelar. This is your set on Chandelar. These two commanders are gonna be like Chandelar representatives, and everything's just art, reusing art. You can reuse art as long as it pertains to what Chandelar is, characters on Chandelar, and now you have an entirely new thing based on what already pre-existing Magic IP. Magic IP doesn't even have to be pre-existing. You could just create an entire system or new planes as long as it's originally from Magic Gathering. You don't have to take away from any other system. So financially, it makes sense. They could be just, oh yeah, so we're using this now, and later on you can just add more IPs with your own Magic Gathering. So you have future sets probably in like prepared. That's going to be like Chandelar or whatever. I keep mentioning Chandelar, but it's like the only plane that's coming to mind exactly right now. But basically is like there's a bunch of different planes that you could use. You don't have to take from other IPs. Lord of the Rings is interesting, mostly due to like it's very like a very the grandfather predecessor to most fantasy, and Magic Gathering is primarily a fantasy game, so it's very reminiscent to that. So it was very much more of less of a slippery slope and more of a, like like it's very homage to what the roots of fantasy are, because has been a thing for a long time, but like most of the things that we think of elves and dwarves come from Tolkien's works of Lord of the Rings and the Silmarillion and the Hobbit. Like all those things are very much what what they come from, like their originator, and what we see them as. So seeing that product there is fine, but again, you could give it the Godzilla treatment. In general, it's just you could just give everything the Godzilla treatment, make new cards. Even better, if you take the two commanders, let's say Commander A and Commander B, both of them are going to be Warhammer 40k cards. You give an alternate art and a normal art. Make it very premium, so you have the actual card and then you have the Warhammer card. You could do both. You don't have to be limit. They don't have to be limited by one. Another thing that just came to mind is also maybe this doesn't have to do with just the IP itself and with the franchise. Like maybe one of the deals for making this entire thing is that there are no other replacements, so you're forced to buy the Warhammer 40k or the Lord of the Rings ones, because that would it would make it more premium, more less availability, more rare, thus more expensive on the long run. So maybe it's just a business tactic, and it just boils down to business.
Okay. so so in the end game, we're just
It's a
fifty
business.
fifty. It's a 50-50 thing.
Mm-hmm.
People like it, people don't like it, people just want it. You know, it is what it is. I know that we're gonna have Jita going crazy for both of them.
Yeah.
So you're gonna see him buy a case of each commander. Uh, so let's go to the next and final topic of tonight. That we've been sitting and ignoring the fact that Time Spiral Remastered is going to come out. I don't remember the date, but there's a bunch of spoilers that are already announced and that have already proceed to our expectations. Plus, a lot of cards are gonna get that old foiling, not old foiling, bordered style. It's really interesting, guys. So these are the ones that it's not that they caught my attention. There's a lot of cards that have been already spoiled. The interesting part is that the only cards that have been spoiled in terms of colors is white and blue. One black card that is the one that they announced at the start of the announcement of the set and some artifacts. But it's really interesting. These are the cards that have been shown. A couple of them. The thing is that very expensive cards are being reprinted, like
Mhm.
Pact of Negation, Ancestral Vision. You know, cards that are used either in Commander or in other
Formats.
formats. Then you got the treatment on recent cards like Baral and the Shram, cards that were recently released. Not recent, but that they haven't been that long in the run, and they have that old school border treatment. If you guys see, they're doing the same thing they did on the original set. So the ones that have that old school border, the time spiral icon changes to purple, and then you got the same treatment of any other set. And apparently, the Lotus Bloom, the one that is going to be foil with that art, I think it's a promo, if I'm not mistaken. But guys, let's start with Chris this time. What do you think about this? And plus the fact that slivers are coming back and new cards of slivers are coming back as well. But what do you think about this? Are you excited? Are you pumped about this new set?
I want to buy a box immediately, right now. I will take out like a loan so I can get 1,000,000 boxes. I don't know. To me, this looks amazing so far. There's a lot of blue that's been being spoiled, and I've recently, as you guys know, been getting a lot into blue. So I just want all the blue. I want all of it. I'm so excited about that Baral, that old art Baral. Like I've been wanting to get my hands on a Baral for a while, but now you're telling me I can basically get a hold of what's technically an alternate art, like not technically an alternate art, but basically like an art that a lot of people have been like proxying for a while. Um, and I can do it like officially now. That's great. I want it. I want it. I want everything. I want everything Wizards puts out, and it's a problem. But I mean, I guess I just don't have a lot to say about Time Spiral other than like the obvious. A lot of really fun things, really good things are getting reprinted, and I want to get my hands on all of them.
What card would you like to see in Time Spiral?
Or would I
Same
like
way.
to see?
Yeah, same thing goes to everybody. So start thinking.
Let's see. I mean, I can't really think of anything
Ashdod's
right off
Altar.
the top of.
Mhm.
Yeah, of course you
JP,
do.
change the card, please.
Phyrexian Altar.
God damn it.
He doesn't care what it is. He just wants it to be an altar. He just wants.
Yes.
If it sacrifices, he wants it on there. Oh, like I said, I can't really think of anything right off the top of my head, because a lot of the stuff that I
Random
really
card.
like seeing reprinted.
Just choose one. I say Black Lotus, but nobody believes me.
There we go. There we go. There we go. Urza. I just want to see like put more blue in there. Screw it. Just put Urza in there. Put him with like the old like time spiral art, and make me happy, Wizards, for once.
Yeah, they're not gonna do that.
I know they're not, but you said what we would like to see, and you said choose any
That's
card.
true, that's
Therefore,
true.
there's any card. There you go. It's not
You know,
happening. But
which card I would like to see with a different artwork, and
Jordan.
with the Scion the Earth Dragon.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, like a different artwork and with the treatment with both of them. Having the new borders and the new legendary border, and having the old school border as well. I would like that because
Which was the set
Scion
that Scion came out.
was
One after Time Spiral.
I think
Dragon something. Gods of
no,
Tarkir. What are
No,
those
no,
sets?
no, he didn't come
No,
out
no.
at Khans of Tarkir.
It's
What
like a
else?
swirly set. It's like a
It's an old
swirly. It's like a
Yeah, let me-
swirly.
What's
Let me
Plane
look
Chase?
for. Let me look.
Planar Chaos?
I think it might have been Planar Chaos.
Like
What are those?
Just looking it up right now.
Scion.
Scion
Yeah,
of the Earth Dragon. Whoa, okay, so it's Time Spiral.
See,
Oh,
there you
that's
go.
freaking
Time Spiral.
hilarious.
Wow, yeah.
So
That's
Literally,
there's
yeah,
potential of
Time
him
Spiral.
coming out in the set. I like that. I mean,
Yeah, like I would
the
like
card
to see
is
like
dirt
an
cheap as it
alternate
is,
card.
but
Yeah, it's not an expensive card no more, so it's not
yeah,
a $2
Sadly.
$2 card.
Yeah.
So but still it would have been nice to it would be nice, my bad. It would be nice to see him back again with all of the treatments, with the new treatments, with the new borders, and then with the old school. It would be really nice, and with a different type of art, not going with the original. Look for another artist to draw him. That would be amazing. So, Orengo, what do you think? There's a lot of cards. You like blue. There's a lot of blue for you. God damn it, with Remand and Pact of Negation, Essential Vision, even
Delay.
Ponder.
Oh
Mystic
yeah,
Confluence.
Mystic
That
Confluence.
that Teferi though.
That's a fairy.
Oh,
though.
yeah, and the Fairy. God damn it. Like,
It's a good
really?
Teferi.
Magic, come on. Give me stuff. I need red. I need red stuff. I need
We all need
Chandra.
red. We need Lightning Bolt reprints in
It was
standard.
it was weird when they started announcing this because they started announcing like 2 days ago. Usually they start like at the
Yeah,
beginning of the
I
week.
know.
So, but I mean, they'll probably be done by next week, like because this set is coming in like 2 weeks. By the way, just so you guys know, I was checking Amazon for stuff to buy today.
Yeah, it's already
And
like posted.
Yeah, you can
there.
already pre-order it. It's $200 the box for 36 boosters, and it's $200 on pre-order. So yeah, like it's coming like in 2 weeks or something like that. It's a set that's coming like very soon. If I'm letting you know what I think of it, I mean, when I play Urza, I have explicitly an alternate art Urza with the old border for a reason. I love the old border aesthetic. I've always loved it. So having a set where you're taking newer cards and giving them the old border is like it's a dream in terms of like the stuff I like, the minimalistic changes I like in my alternate art cards. So, having Tarland is cool. Having the Muldrifter, having the Remand, the Laboratory Maniac, having the Baral. The Baral is like a dream. Ponder is amazing how it looks. The True Name Nemesis, a card it's extensively played in Legacy. It's a great idea to put it in a old border style. Having the Master of Pearl Trident, which is a staple in modern Merfolk builds, having it with the old border Treasure Cruise makes sense. I wish it would have put the other one, the Delve one. Forgot the name. Oof.
Put it
I'm a
like
bad
that.
blue player.
You mean the one that you draw?
Yeah, the one that you look
yes.
7 cards deep and then you
The blue
pluck
cards
two.
where you draw, of course.
Dig through time.
I know
Dig through
exactly
time.
what
Thank
that
you.
is.
Yes, it's
Dig
a
through
time
time.
card.
Yeah.
Haha. Yeah, Dig through time would have been cool if they announced it. I'm pretty sure they announced all the blue cards already. So no, they're done there. Mystic Confluence, great reprint as well. Even though since it already got reprinted in Mystery Booster, it dropped tremendously in price, but that's good because it's a really good commander card. So it's good that it's really cheap. Basically, most of the ones that are hit, the white ones, there's a couple of really good hits too. Having Lingering Souls, having Silence, even though Silence doesn't have the old border, Srom is really like smart to put them in the old border. Containment Priest in old border is really clever. Ajani's Pride Mate, Banishing Light, it's like a little silly to put them. Draven Inspector is really clever. Restoration Angel, really clever to put them in the old border. I'm just waiting for the other colors.
What do you mean by like clever though?
That was a good choice. That's what I meant. I'm sorry. It's a
fits.
good choice to have those in the old border.
Okay. Why do you think that? Just like because of how it looks stylistically, or
because they're heavily used white cards, and I'm pretty sure there has to be people that would like get them. Ajani's Pride Mate, like, yeah, maybe you could use it in standard, but you know what I mean? Like, it's not a heavily played card. I know Draven Inspector is heavily played in a lot of formats, and Restoration Angel is used as well a lot. So those are really good picks for the old border aesthetic. But a couple of them, like Intangible Virtue, like, yeah, it's for a creature token decks, and that's cute, but you could have put something better, like a good legendary white card like Strom. Strom was a really good choice.
why are you asking Wizards to do something good? You know better.
Because they did pretty good for blue. Like, Flicker Wisp is a good one too. What I'm saying is, like, the blue selection for the most part is really good. Like, of course, there's other cards I could have like thought of that you could have put in this aesthetic. Of course, like Thassa's Oracle comes to mind, especially since it's so heavily played right now. But for the most part, they did well in terms of the cards they chose for the old border aesthetic. I don't know if I'm going to buy a box because my thinking is these cards are going to like tank a lot in price. So I'm thinking I'd rather just buy the singles that I need. It's not like Strixhaven, which I'm more tempted to buy a box or two because every booster will have one of those alternate art signature spell card thingies that
Oh
they yeah, every single booster apparently will have one. If that's the case, yes. Like the Strixhaven seems like a better buy than the Time Spiral one. Although I'm pretty sure the Time Spiral one will probably have like one booster will have the old border card. So especially if they make them foil with the star, that has a name. The star promos, I think they're called. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
they're gonna make it like that.
yeah, it's a type of like promo star.
Yeah,
Most
based
of
on
the
the
judge
Blues Bloom,
promos have that.
I'm guessing they're gonna have the star foil. So
Mhm.
if that's the case, those Barals and those cards that like have the old border are gonna look fantastic in foil. They're gonna curl up like hell, but they will look fantastic. I can't wait for the other colors. Honestly, like it's for now, it seems like a pretty good buy. It's $200 a box. I think it's pretty acceptable. Uh, there are some money cards. I guess we would have to see what the other colors bring and what the artifacts end up being. The
Hmm.
artifacts might dictate a lot of the price and the black cards. I feel.
I like the stuffy doll. I like.
Yeah, Stuffy doll is cute. It's not worth anything though. Like that's why I was like, I saw it. I'm like,
I, I know, but still, like I'm here thinking, like in my brain, I'm like
mhm.
mono red target player.
Blasphemous acts.
Sure.
13
Yeah.
damage
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
everything, and then
Yeah.
13 damage to
Exactly.
No, I know. There's combos with the Stuffy doll. It's just like it's not a card that's worth a lot, and it's in a rare slot, and it's like, god damn
Yeah,
it, why?
Yeah.
that definitely bothers me.
Yeah, it
Just
bothers me a little bit, but there's
cheapo
still
cards and rare slots.
yeah, like $1 or $2 ones in
I
rare
don't know what you
slots.
guys are talking about. This to me sounds amazing.
No,
Like,
no. I mean, I guess that at this point we're like me and Orengo just kind of nitpicking at it. I think
Oh yeah. Like
Like,
overall, I like it.
I don't think the set is bad or anything. I'm just not a fan of having kind of junk rares and rare slots.
I
Yeah.
just looked over all these cards, just looking them just all over.
Mhm.
This is such a good draft set.
Yeah, no, it is definitely it is.
Like it's so like you have no idea how good. Like this is an extremely good draft set. Just
Yeah.
looking at everything. See, Benster Shaper Savant. That's something they're gonna reprint. That's what I play that in Cube.
Yeah.
Careful consideration. That's played in Cube. Mystic Confluence, Baral, Remand, Ponder, True Name Nemesis, Mole Drifter. It's just so many good cards that if you play them in Cube, they're probably really good in not only in the draft format but any other format. I just feel like they're really good. This got me like really excited. I really wanted to buy one, but the $200 price tag really does. I mean, it's a premium product, so
Yeah.
uh,
But it might be cheaper. Like
It might be cheaper, yeah.
if they open a crap ton of boxes, like for example, Kaldheim right now, although Kaldheim doesn't have value inside, but Kaldheim right now, you can buy a draft box for 106, and you can buy a set booster box for 106 as well. And the collector one, you can buy it for 190.
I
So
would buy it if it were that price, but it's not going to
no,
be
I
that,
get you.
that price.
No, it's not gonna be that price. Like
that's half price.
yeah, at worst it'll be like 175 or something.
Yeah.
Like if it ends up being that there's not a lot of value, it might tank a little bit, but it won't tank a lot.
I would give at least if they do go in the Time Spiral remastered collector booster box. But I don't know if they announced it.
I don't think
but
there is one. I didn't
Yeah,
see it in
exactly.
Amazon, so
Like this
So-
is a collector set by itself. So
yeah, I think this is what you get. I think
yeah,
that's
but
it.
what I just wanted to say that now that there's no collector booster box, I would still buy at least one
Mhm.
just for fun.
Sure.
And then sell what I really don't want and buy singles because I actually spoke to Chris this afternoon.
Yeah.
And I told him like I want to start buying play sets of cards that are always like fluctuating in price Force of Will, Mana Drain, the fetch lands, the oh god, I forgot the other lands.
Shock
All the shock lands. All these cards that always have this fluctuation of pricing. Like let's say, like they have been saying, a lot of like posts have been saying like, hey guys, like if you want to get fetch lands for a good price and premium products, get the Zendikar Rising ones because they're cheap as heck.
Yeah.
you know so because what I was thinking is like get a playset for myself and then a playset to just have it in a binder and just put it there, like, hey, this is a little vault with a key and everything. Expensive cards are there, and like I said to Chris, like when there's an emergency, start selling them and just sell the ones that are like in that vault and not your personal your personal cards for your commanders or whatnot.
Yeah.
But it's really interesting because I told Chris, like, it's really interesting that Ancestral Vision and Pact of Negation. Pact of Negation is a card that when it got released, it was super, super expensive. And it's really interesting that they reprinted it. The Ancestral Vision, again, another great card. You don't pay anything. It's just suspend for 4 turns. And then you draw 3. You target player draws 3, but still, So JP, what do you think about the set? You want to get it?
I really do want it. Like, if the price just tanks just a bit, I might really consider it as a draft set. I think it's gonna be one of the I'm just looking at the cards. I love it. One of the things you mentioned is what card I actually want. And even though Ashnod's Altar, I would always love another version of the Ashnod's Altar. It already has an old border, and Phyrexian Altar also has an old border. But a new border card that doesn't have an old border is this. So this is Ophiomancer. I run this in basically every deck I have that has black in it. Right now I only have one deck, but I used to run 8 decks, and it was like 6 of them. It wasn't in the green black one, which was like big creatures, and the white green one because I couldn't run it, but I would run it if I could. This is one of my favorite creatures. It has this old style art that would have been perfect in the old style border. So this is one of the things. Maybe it's probably not coming out. It's never been a standard card. It's never been in modern. It's always been a legacy, vintage, and commander card because it originally came out in commander. So it's probably not gonna get a printing there. But the art is perfect for this type of treatment. I really do want the set. Just looking, I haven't like they haven't even spoiled the black cards. My favorite area, and I'm actually really hyped for this set. Just looking at the draft potential. If they have Brine Elemental is there, so it's gonna be like is Vesuvian Shapeshifter there? Like just do the Vesuvian combo. Like so many good cards. Just see so many good cards. Like you just have them playing around.
If we leave,
it's there. It's there. It's right up. It's like you could do it. Like the draft combos right there. You can just lock someone out with.
I think if we let JP make a loan, he would buy like 5 cases of this set.
I really like this set. I really like this.
It's really good.
Palace Jailer is one of the best cards in the entire people underestimate this card in my cube. It's a 2 white for a 2/2 human soldier. When he enters, you become the monarch, and when he enters, you exile something until you stop becoming the monarch. The strong thing about cards like this is like it's a body. It removes something and it replaces itself because monarch is a draw card mechanic. Also, if he dies, you don't give the card back because he is no longer in play for that second effect to apply. So nice. it's just so good.
No, yeah, this set, like I said, I want to buy at least 1 box, and I'll be happy, to at least open it and enjoy it, even though like this is me going a little crazy. I would love to find an original Time Spiral box. I know they cost a lot of money, but it would be interesting to open one just to like have that feel of like when those days that first set came out, and you would find like random old school art and or cards that have been through Magic's history,
Mhm.
that it would be interesting, and this is just me going a little bit crazy. It would be interesting that they don't spoil some of the old bordered cards just to have that like feel that people when they open boxes and they get like this premium card that was never spoiled, and it's a card that is really being used in all other formats, or that it's a card that it's a special card from, like, let's say alpha or beta. Not saying that it's Black Lotus, because Black Lotus, we know that that's never going to get reprinted.
Here you
But
go, Tropical Island.
exactly something like that.
Oh,
that you
those
can-
those are Joe's joke. That's
oh
Tropical
yeah,
Island.
I know. They're
Reserve
cards that are
list
not.
island right
Yeah,
there.
yeah. But again, they're cards that. Well, that's why I say that cards that are not spoiled. That you don't that us as a consumer, we don't know that they are there as a
Totally
premium
agree.
pull. That probably, let's say that the pull rate is out of 3 boxes you'll get one. Something that it's very hard to pull, because I remember that in Kaladesh, the inventions were almost impossible to pull. So that type of pull rate to pull like one card that it's on the secret time spiral remastered list or some shit like that, like in the set boosters, the list, but in this set, that would be interesting. But the list that is not out, keep it secret. And then by people pulling the cards, then we make the famous list of premium pulled cards. It's kind of, again, it's a long run. It's not going to happen, but it would be interesting,
If it did,
in
yeah.
terms of like us as consumers, that we consume a lot of Magic the Gathering products. So guys, there's no more topics for tonight, but I do need to say that I got a new commander for Commander Night.
Yes, fun.
Yeah, I only added
I'm
like
the only one that's allowed to drain
cards.
people. No, I disapprove.
There cannot be two suck on the battlefield. There may only be one.
Actually, no. Actually, no. I approve. She makes my life easier.
Sad.
It was like, yes, take everyone's life.
Is
gonna
that
have to
I need
I'm gonna have to play
learn-
OG like life gain tokens now.
Yeah. Is the thing is that to make Toski's commander, I need to like sit down and look at 6 boxes full of commons and uncommons.
I just got all my cards back from today. Like I was when we were over there.
Yeah.
There, I just bought 4 boxes. I just bought everything back. I have to go through everything. There's like one of the few boxes, like the blue box that has the unfinished deck of Vanifar. That's there. I need to check what's missing. See if I can. Like Vanifar is probably gonna be like this type of deck I play like once, twice, maybe 3 times, and just gonna.
Yeah, right now I want to do this commander. Want to finish this one, the last thrill. I'm really impressed. I thought I didn't see the list of the deck list. It brings almost all the lords.
Yes, it's
It
really
only-
strong. It's like
Lords, and that's it.
it's not balanced in terms of like the blue white one is not good.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
just not good. The green black one is just bonkers.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like I saw it. I'm looking through the cards. I'm like, oh look, I don't have to buy Elvish Archdruid. I don't have to buy Gwen. I don't have to buy this. What the heck is going on?
Yeah,
And I'm like,
It's like,
so you, yeah, like I was like, I only have to buy Elvish Champion and the Clan Caller.
and champion got expensive.
It did?
You did.
Yeah, like the one that gives Forest Walk.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that got expensive.
Mhm.
They bought that one out. They kind of expected that one not to be printed out. But yeah,
And then it got
I'm
printed.
pretty sure.
And then it got printed.
What champion?
Didn't it get printed? No, it didn't. But there
No.
was one because they were speculating, and then it dropped.
Risk.
Wow, it
Right,
is.
Yeah,
Okay, the
it's
cheapest
20.
one
They
is on 7th. Oh no, wait, forget it. The 7th
$9,
edition is like
$10.
24.99. This just updated the pricing.
Yeah. I told you it got bought out, and it's like $10. Where it used to be less, it's $10, but now listing as low as $30, listing as low as 25, listing as low as 20.
Okay,
Like,
low
yeah,
key, low key. I like that art, man.
what
Yeah.
the junior series champion, Elvis champion.
The Super Series. I low key like it. But my favorite one, it would always be this one. This is the one that I used to have in my Azuri Commander. This is my favorite, like the favorite artwork of the Elvis champion.
Mm.
You know, but going to that, it's really interesting. That these some of these commander precons from the new ones, you don't have to invest that much if you want to make it at least a tier.
That one's really strong.
Oh no, this one is ridiculously strong. It brings too much, in terms of like value wise, it brings enough for you to like just say, I just need to like invest probably like $100 if you want to make it more better.
Mana base, I guess.
More better.
Yeah, like you can add like Verdict Catacombs, a couple of like the dual lands. Um you can add a flip land just because to have like more, what will you say, like colors, it depending when you have like when you draw. In terms of like cards to add, this deck is ridiculous. There's like an artifact that caught my attention that any card that dies, any creature card that dies, it gets like a freaking counter, and I can tap the artifact. I think it's I pay 2 and tap, and I can play any card that is exiled by that artifact creature card. And it's like I was like, okay, so damnation, and I can recast everything if I want to. It's really ridiculous,
I'm pretty sure you can only cast like one thing at a time, but yeah.
Let me see if I
Okay.
can find it.
It's so good.
Because it's like one of those new cards that come in.
But
Because I've never
even then, just talking about the Elvish one, the Zendikar Rising one, when we played with Jean Paul, he said, oh yeah, I just changed like 5 cards.
Oh yeah,
And that
yeah.
deck just stomped us. Like stomped us really fast.
Mm.
Okay, here it is. So it's called Serpent's Soul Jar.
Okay.
It's a black and 2 artifact. Whenever an elf you control dies, exile it. And then you tap, pay 2 life until end of turn. You may cast a. So it's only one from
Yeah.
among cards exiled. This, yeah, but at
Still,
least with this
that's-
one, still there is ways in green to untap permanents. So
Sure.
still, it's still great. I know I like my combinations of Lease of the Sleeves. Like, come on, yes, But I'm really excited for building this one. My next 2 is Toski, and I haven't bought the commander yet, but I need the white. Forgot her name. Her ability is that you pay Uber, and I think it's Uber and 2, and you look at the top cards, and you can look for cards that have
Oh, you mean what's her face? Wait.
yeah, that
Sisse.
Oh, not Sisse.
No?
No. She's from the Party Mechanic set.
Oh,
Forgot
the
her
party commander.
Yeah, the Party Commander.
Uh,
Because that's the one that I want to build for like the
Oh, I
D&D,
remember. Okay.
the D&D theme commander.
Mhm.
That's like the 2 commanders that I still have the cards in my binder, but I haven't like gotten chance to sit down and
Builds it,
look
yeah.
for like at least a deck list to to just focus on it and change a couple of things. Because I had seen Toski's commander. There's like one that is Tron. They use a lot of enchantments. That one, yeah.
Yep, that
The
one.
one that doesn't want to focus. Yes.
Tazri.
arguably
yeah.
the best leader in all of Magic.
What?
Like she like out of all the political and commanders and leaders in all of Magic, like through lore,
She just, oh yeah, I united my people, destroyed the Eldrazi, and now I'm rebuilding the entire plane. Yeah, arguably one of the best leaders.
Yeah, but she has a bad mechanic, so doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Like unless
We're
your
talking about
commander
lore,
is based
Alejandro.
on
Shut
the
up.
party mechanic, yeah.
It's like when they had like that one commander for the allied cards, and it's like and they only did
you mean
allies for like
Tazri?
what? What?
You mean Tazri?
Are you kidding me?
General
I'm making
Tazri.
fun of. Oh no, you're kidding. No,
General
you're joking.
Tazri.
Oh
look.
my
No.
god, it's the ally commander.
So
Ah!
they made her twice.
Why
For
does
such
Tazri have the
specific
worst
mechanic.
mechanics?
What do you
It's like,
mean?
What Tazri? That
or-
wait, no, hold on. But that first Tazri is really freaking annoying in like Commander though.
But it's allies. There's like 5.
Yeah, there's a few combos with them. So
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure
Fine.
that it has more than enough like combo potential. That it's like a fairly annoying deck.
Allies.
But I do have to say this. I finished the first book of 2, the War of the Sparks Ravnica series.
yeah,
I finished the first one. There's some dialogue that I would have changed.
Oh, hold on. Are we talking about the comic books or like the book books?
The
You read
book,
the book.
man.
have you
There's
gone to
comic book?
Forsaken?
No, I haven't gotten to Forsaken yet.
Okay, good. That's
I have Forsaken.
If I'm
but I
mistaken,
finished-
that's the spicy one.
Well, the first one I didn't like some dialogue because
The
was
the
really
mere
cheesy.
mention of those books just gives me like terrible feels, man.
you and your pickiness, man. Let it be. You know, it's really hard to find like physical books of Magic the Gathering, dude. So at least we have something. Because I just not Googled, I Amazoned the Magic the Gathering, and the books are, you click on one and it says, oh, paperback, like $8.
I
You
would
go
have
and sold out
preferred.
because
I
they don't
would've-
exist.
I would have preferred nothing over Forsaken. Like I would have preferred literally nothing
Wow.
over Forsaken.
That's bold.
I mean, it's because Chandra's decidedly, straight.
Yes,
Was the
Chandra's
one-
decidedly straight. Nobody kills their targets. Spoilers, by the way. Nobody kills their targets. There's always the theme of, hey, you sent me to kill this person. I didn't kill them. I'm not going to tell you that part, obviously. But I didn't kill them. Here's an item that represents their death. That's all going to be locked. All of these, like some of the most powerful items in the multiverse, are all going to be locked in Niv Mizzet's box. I am so happy. If I'm not mistaken, Wizards did mention that they were going to retcon the living hell out of the War of the Spark Forsaken book. So,
That's
yeah,
the spicy one.
that's like,
You'll enjoy that one. We'll talk about that when you finish. Just
Yeah,
just
yeah,
look
yeah.
through the chat. Sorry, just see what you think.
No worries. Okay. So nothing, guys. Let's go ahead and end tonight's program. I have to make a small announcement. Next Saturday, I won't be here, but the rest of the crew will be. Next Saturday, I'm gonna take a little me time.
breather.
Yeah, I need a little me time. You guys know that I do this literally every day. But next Saturday, the thing is gonna go on. I'm gonna choose the topics. We're gonna promote them, and then Orengo has access to the StreamYard, so Orengo will take the mantle on next Saturday's podcast. So Orengo, if you want to invite somebody, you can invite them if you want to balance it to 4.
Sure.
JP did give me an idea to invite the movie guy for the Netflix episode, but we still don't know his schedule. It was really odd because he mentioned today that he was free, and I was like, why didn't you tell me with time?
Exactly. Yeah.
But
we'll see.
we'll see what happens. But in everything, guys, it's really awesome that you guys keep watching us. And I gave Chris some analytics on our podcast portion, and I want to say it here. So we are literally being listened almost around the world.
Ooh.
Almost. We have Finland. We have more Latin American places. It's really interesting that you guys, even though we haven't posted an official podcast, last podcast We had the internet issue with most of us, so we sounded kind of choppy. But it's interesting that you guys still go back to our first podcast and keep moving to the other ones. That's really amazing. Thank you very much for your support. And again, we're really close to the 250 mark. So when we reach 250 followers, we're going to do that giveaway with the stained glass planeswalkers. I think it was 4 planeswalkers. Let me double check again. I don't want to give a wrong number.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it
there's
was fun.
four stained glass planeswalkers: Raska, Treyo, Rao, and Johnny. Probably with the new secret layers that I get, probably there's more planeswalkers to add to that giveaway for more of you fans that like our show. So when we get to that 250 mark, we'll go ahead and give the giveaway, or probably we might at least give one away early, but that you guys can share the page with a lot of your friends. So, okay, let's start with Chris. Chris, where can they find you?
Well, as I say pretty much every other Saturday, you guys can find me on Twitch. I'm still working on some content and some other stuff. It's just that college is fun. It's fun to be a college student that also has hobbies. But yeah, you can find me over in Twitch as ChrisCross13, and you can find me here on the Cardboard Cave podcast, and you might find me on Facebook. Although wait, you won't find me on Facebook for around 30 days, but you know. You guys get the point.
Yeah,
Wait, you got banned?
he got banned again.
I got banned again for referring to anime as Chinese cartoons, which in Spanish translates to monos chinos. And
Whoa!
First,
Yeah.
what? That's what actually happened.
yeah,
Chinese
I sent
cartoons?
you guys.
Yes,
but
go
I
to the
didn't, I
chat.
didn't see the original.
I called them monos chinos, like which is like, I guess
Yeah.
that Facebook took it as like Chinese monkeys or
Yeah.
something.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
But what if someone was actually in Spanish referring to Chinese monkeys? I assume there's like monkeys in China, no? Like,
Yeah.
but what the hell were you gonna like? Oh man,
What's that question? Is there monkeys in China? Obviously, there's monkeys in China.
that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't say Chinese monkeys on Facebook now in Spanish.
Chinese
because you get
cartoons, when
banned,
just
right?
translating this as monos
Dude,
chinos.
you cannot
Yeah,
even
no,
say,
Beautiful.
like it's
you
like one of
cannot
those
even
like, oh,
say
if like
sim with a P at the
oh
end.
yes, yes. Oh wow, yeah. Because we would actually get banned on Twitch if
On
that word
Twitch,
slipped out of my mouth.
exactly.
I was literally about to say it, and I'm like, wait a minute,
No.
wait a minute.
No.
Oh, who
No.
knows? Like you said the first 3 letters, and you said P at the end. They might track that. Who knows?
Hey, I said
Oh man,
sim and then with a P at the end. So
exactly.
if
The
they say
Sims,
something
like the
about it,
Sims.
I'm calling my lawyer.
Oh man, like I
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
he got banned again.
Zuck has to tone it down. Like man,
Wow.
That is completely true. They should tone it down. So JP, where can they find you?
You can find me here on the Cardboard Cave podcast every Saturday, 9:30. We'll see what we can, figure it out for next podcast. I have a few ideas. So
Nice.
even if John is gonna be not is not gonna be here,
MIA, missing in action.
Same action.
I have a few things. How about you?
And as well, guys, we haven't posted JP's series. He's having issues with the Google Drive. So as soon as we get that sorted out, you'll see 2 videos edited and posted in at YouTube. So pay attention to that, because that's going to be an amazing series for all of you that want to get into Cube and into Magic the Gathering. So
Awesome.
Alejandro, where can they find you?
You can find me here at Cardboard Cave. You can find me at the Movie Guy Podcast on Tuesdays and Thursdays, where we do movie news generally. You can find me at my podcast, which is under the Movie Guy Podcast page, called Cinemas Podcast, where we discuss contemporary films and we contrast them with old classical films. And we have like heavy, in-depth discussions of these films. But above all those things, and there's a lot of podcasts there, just Google me. Google my name. I make movies. I make videos that move and have sound, and people generally seem to like them. So just Google me. Forget all about all these other things that I just mentioned.
And as well, guys, you guys can find me on all my social media as Big Boss 117PR. And as well, under the movie guys Facebook page, I do have my own show as well. It's called Up Up Left Right, where I go ahead and disclose the good, the bad, and the grimy of video game movies. The first episode is already up at YouTube and on Facebook, so go ahead and check it out. We talk about Monster Hunter, and it's really interesting how fans of that movie and of the franchise were speaking about what they thought about the movie. We even disclosed better introductions and better storylines for the film. So if you guys want to see how it goes, it's going to be once a month, and by this week I will be announcing what will be the next movie that I will be disclosing this next month. But guys, remember, follow us in all of our social media as well as Cardboard Cave MTG, and like that, all the shows are either in Facebook or on YouTube. So follow us, and let's get to that 250 for that giveaway. So nothing, guys.
Hold on. Before you proceed, John, I
Yes.
just want to make a quick clarification here. You're telling me the Monster Hunter movie has fans?
Yeah, there's people that actually did like it.
People's-
Well, Orengo was there. He saw that. I
Yeah,
think he partially saw the chat. So
Yeah, I saw the
there was like a fluctuation of people that did and people that didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to see when I choose like a really, really bad video game movie and see if somebody pops out and say, I love this movie. And I'll be like,
Dragon Ball Evolution.
that's not a video game movie.
That's not a video game movie.
That's an anime adaptation.
That's exactly.
It's horrible. It's still bad. But
El muñequito chino. Viste, that's why you call them Japanese animation, my friend. Cultured swine.
Orengo, remember, we cannot use those words. There's people that get hurt.
True.
Yes.
You get banned for 30 days.
To
Exactly.
be honest, I don't think it's people that get hurt. It's just the algorithm that gets hurt at this point.
Yeah, it gets triggered too hard.
Exactly.
Oh,
Oh,
But
God.
nothing, guys. Thank you for all of you that join us every Saturday at 9:30. And hey, we have amazing panelists here. We're all hosts of this amazing little project, and we're hoping that we get to bigger places. So nothing, guys. We'll see you guys on next Saturday. Well, they'll see you next Saturday, not me. But thank you very much for all the time joining. See you later, and see you in the next one.